I have TUF logo. I have Asus router. TUF gaming router. Hey guys, it's Luke from Adam Builds, and what I have today is the AX3000 TUF gaming router from Asus. So, basically, face value, this router doesn't look like it's anything special. It has a TUF logo, it has some yellow accents here and there, but essentially it looks the same as the AX3000, non-TUF. But as we take a look at the back, port 1 has a little insignia on top of it, gaming port. Now what that is a VIP port. It's a port that the most stable and the most bandwidth is basically assigned to that port. So if you have your gaming computer plugged into there, it'll get the lion's share of the stable, fast internet, which is, to be honest, just a small feature of this router. So because of the family of routers that this guy sits in, there's a lot of features that you get from that family of routers. And the AX, the dual band series of routers that you get from Asus, they all have fairly similar feature sets. But this guy is a little bit of a standout, and I think it's really quite good value for what you get in this router. So let's look at the features that you do. Okay guys, so I think the best way to show you the features of this router is to show you the software behind this router. So at the moment, this is sort of the landing page. I've set it to status because that pretty much just shows every device that I've got in the house, and also the password to my Wi-Fi. So what we've got is just a brief overview of, with your network map. It shows you a brief overview of everything, and this button here, because I haven't got anything set up, is how you set up and monitor your AI mesh. Okay, so obviously guest network is where we would set up our guest network, if you're that way inclined. AI protection, fantastic feature. So we've got our parental control as well as network protection, all powered by Trend Micro, but just another layer to help protect you from nefarious sites and such. Now, one of the coolest features here is Game Boost. So I actually have this enabled at the moment. I'm just going to click on this, and as you can see, it's set up on my Xbox, and the Alliance is the TUF gaming PC that you see in the videos. Okay, so again, this is the same QR code from this button up here to download that app. Now I'll just put up a quick video because this whole device is manageable through that same app, but you do have this Game Boost on mobile button you can only really access through the router app. So I'll show you how that works real quick. Okay, so that's really cool. Now you can either click on this button to sort out your port forwarding and your open NAT sort of stuff. As you see, it says there's a bit of a spruik here about how it's hassle-free. I'm going to show you how hassle-free it is. I've enabled port forwarding. This helps with open NAT, but it will also help you if you want to set up your own game server. Now, as we move down, we can see a large list of games here. Well, there's only 8 here, but as we scroll through, there's a massive list of games that are preset for you. So let's say we want to set up CSGO again. We only want to set it up on the PC, and we want to choose the Alliance. These are the ports that are required for CSGO to talk to your computer, well, the servers to talk to your computer, and your computer to talk to the CSGO servers. And it's as simple as that, and in a few seconds that will apply, and away we go. And there you go, it is completely set up, done, everything is sorted. As simple as that. Now, adaptive QoS, and as you can see, I can go from here. I'll apply media streaming since that's what we're looking at doing at the moment. It will probably kick the gaming stuff that we've set up. Takes a little bit of time to go ahead here. Okay, and we're complete. So now my house is set up to do media streaming. Traffic Analyzer is what it sounds like. It analyzes everything that is coming through your internet. And as you can see up the top here, now that we've set it to adaptive QoS media streaming, it's telling us that it's adaptive QoS media streaming. A few things that USB does. Well, actually a majority of what that USB does. So you can use it as a 3G, 4G sort of backup, or even if you want to run your entire network off of a 4G dongle, you can plug that into the USB and set yourself up that way. For you Mac people, you can back up your Mac machines directly to a USB drive or an external hard drive. There's Download Master, and if it's installed on your PC, it will allow you to download directly to the USB drive that is plugged into the router. Network printer, because that's still a thing. Server center, so this is where sort of like a media server. AI disk, that's more of a network drive, and does allow you to access that through the internet. Now, the really cool thing, I think anyway, is AI Cloud. This not only allows you to store locally, but it allows you to access remotely. And by that I mean you can actually use this as like Google Photos, the Apple Cloud service, where it automatically syncs your photos, and yeah, it's really quite cool. You're in control of your media then. Now, as we go to the advanced settings, it's basically everything that you would expect on any given router, control over your wireless, your LAN and whatnot. But the cool feature here, Alexa and IFTTT control. So you can actually set your Alexa up to take voice commands to control the router. So you can give it commands like set QoS to gaming mode. That will work. IFTTT, fantastic. It basically runs a if something happens, then it does something else. It's definitely something to have a look at for those guys that are keen. Now, that's pretty much as feature packed as you could ask for in any router. Now, why would you spend almost $400 on a router opposed to keeping your ISP router? Features. Basically, the features on the ISP routers are usually locked down. They don't let you do some basic things. They're slow, but the biggest thing for me is the actual signal strength. And I've done some things to try and, you know, put an AP on the other side of the house, and it still hasn't been as great. So the intention was to buy this guy to start with, have it as the main router, and then get another node to add in as an AI node so that I can expand where my Wi-Fi is. And to my absolute joy, I was able to put this right beside my internet, and as you look at the map of my house here, you can see that I've got the router down one end. I've also set the TUF router to choose the best band for me. So looking through the zones now, zone 1 the ISP is lagging already. In zone 2, 5 GHz is barely hanging on, and the TUF router is kicking strong. In zone 3, we've lost 5 GHz on the ISP, and we have a stronger 5 GHz than a 2.4 on the ISP. Finally stepped down to 2.4 GHz on the TUF router here, but the signal is amazingly strong still.
As we step into zone 5, this is behind a bathroom, so plenty of interference. We're back to 5 GHz on the TUF router, and there's not too much of a spread here. And then for the last two, no 5 GHz for the ISP, and you can see that, you know, the signal strength is almost double once we get into that zone 7. So what does this mean? Well, as I calculate out the numbers, I noticed that the signal strength improvement at a 69.8% increase in signal strength.
It's just amazing the amount of thought and the amount of technology that has gone into this router. And this is only one router in a very large lineup of what Asus have. Now, why did I choose this? I chose this because I choose that. I like the TUF stuff, and I feel like you get a fair amount of value for money with it. So that's why I've landed on this guy. And for some people, $400, a little bit too much to spend on a piece of equipment that you get free with your internet service provider. But for me, this was essential. And honestly, one of the best moves I've ever made in buying a router. Anyway guys, that's my thoughts on this. That's the features of this guy. If you've got any questions, you can ask them in the comments below. If you like, don't forget to like. I do have a few videos coming up with the rest of the Kmart gaming stuff, a couple of keyboards and gear like that. I will go into the AI cloud bit in another video later on. So if you're interested in seeing any of those, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.